Yo, what is going on, boys? What is going on, boys? Please give us one tutorial, DK Unholy PVE. I see many times play DK. I play DK Unholy, but I don't know what to do with them. Alright. Here's what you do with Unholy, okay? I'm gonna pause my music right now. Here's what you do with Unholy. Let me ask you a question right now. What legendaries do you have? Do you have Cold Heart? And do you have the Shoulders? Because if not, you're gonna do a lot less damage. So tell me what legendaries you have real quick. I'm going to give you an in-depth guide. You know why, Lampa? I'm in a good mood. Alright? I'm in a good mood. And you came in here and you asked politely. I'm just gonna drop a knowledge bomb on you, alright? So you tell me what legendaries you have, and I will tell you how to fucking rock and roll. You know what? Just link me your armory, bro. Link me your armory, alright? You're getting the Cdew special right now, alright, bro? I'm gonna give you the Cdew special, alright? So who are we looking at? Lampa. Alright, Lampa. Link me your shit, dude. I'm gonna drop all my fucking Unholy DK knowledge on you right now, alright, bro? Right now, right here. This is it. You guys ready for this? All you Unholy DKs out there? DK PVE guide on stream. Twitch.tv/CUX. Alright, let's fucking do this shit, alright? Let's do this shit. I wanted a DK PV guide for so long. Alright, let me show you how it's done, okay, bro? Let me show you spec. Spec, Ebb and Fever, 100% all the time. Pestilent Pustles, all the time. Maybe Epidemic if you're like doing Mythic Plus and you want to get a little more cleave. Unholy Frenzy, I'm pretty sure is all the time. I've never played Clawing Shadows. On some fights, maybe you feel like you want a little bit of range, but I would just stick with Unholy Frenzy. Sludge Belcher, 100% of the time. You don't need Asphyxiate in PvE. Debilitating Infestation I use for ENR, just to slow ads, but it's kind of irrelevant. Lingering Apparition you could take if you want to move faster more frequently, that's fine. I've never taken Corpse Shield in PvE. I'm not sure how well it works. Generally, I just take Spell Eater, and the reason I take Spell Eater is because your AMS being up for longer, as well as absorbing more runic power, as well as absorbing more damage is going to feed into you getting more runic power. So I generally try and use AMS when I'm using my Arbiter. That way you can kind of get some more death coils. Infected Claws all the time, unless you are playing with... What's this damn trinket called? Convergence of Fates. If you guys still have Convergence of Fates, you can play Shadow Infusion. But Convergence of Fates is pretty old. I wouldn't really recommend it unless you really don't have better trinkets. And then with COF, you kind of just dark transform on CD, but you want to make sure that you don't do it if you have Arbiter coming up. And then obviously Arbiter for PvE is incredible. So it's a pretty simple rotation here. Let me see if I have this thing on. Well, maybe not a simple rotation, but the burst is very simple, like in the opener. I'm gonna give you the rundown. 1 second, let me just turn this add-on for you real quick so you can see interface, add-ons, trophy GCD. So the number one thing with Unholy is you never want to max out on your resources. You always want to dump your runic power, and you never want to have full runes. So pretty standard stuff. When Arbiter's up, your number one priority is to use your runic power and your death coil procs, because Arbiter is your number one damage. It's absolutely beast mode. So what you want to do is you want to keep your disease up. Very, very standard. And you want to Festering Strike, and you want to use Scourge Strike when you have wounds up. Just quick example. Obviously there's 4 wounds. That's a very good start. And now what you want to try and do is with these wounds, you want to Death Coil, and you want to look for that proc, and then you want to start bursting your wounds with this proc right there. But now my disease fell off. I want to get rid of that. Alright, now that proc is gone, we want to Death Coil again to see if we could get that proc there from the weapon. It's an artifact trait. We didn't get it, so we're going to get some more Festering. Now we got to work up to get more runic power. Now once again, we're looking for that proc. Basically, until you get that proc, you don't really want to dump your Scourge Strikes. So we're just using our runic power until we get that. I'll turn on Eye Tracker for this so you can see what I'm looking at. Right now I'm just looking at my debuff once again. I have enough runic power. Alright, so we got that Scourge of Worlds, increased Scourge Strike damage taken. So we're just going to spam those Scourge Strikes there, but then we want to dump our runic power once again. Got to keep our disease up. So we're looking for that Scourge of Worlds once again. We got to. Sometimes you have to Scourge Strike without the wound or without the debuff. It's just how it works. It's not all the time, but once you get that, you want to dump all those wounds as fast as you can, but you don't want to cap on runic power. So you're just kind of rotating between that. You see, there's the proc, but we don't have enough. We didn't have enough to Scourge Strike there. So Scourge Strike into that, and you're just constantly rotating. So we got another proc there, but we're full on runic power, so we want to make sure we dump that. You just never want to let these. You never want to let these runes cap, and you don't want that RP to cap. So pretty standard rotation in that regard, right? So obviously get your runes rolling, get your runic power rolling. You want to dump those Scourge Strikes when you get the proc. AoE is very simple. You just keep up Plague. You drop Death and Decay, and then Dark Transformation is really good in AoE. And then you just spam Scourge Strike. You don't worry about wounds in AoE. You just spam Scourge Strike for as long as you have D&D up. D&D is going to make your Scourge Strike hit every single target. And the reason Dark Transformation is good when you're trying to AoE is because sometimes your pet cleaves on bursting wounds. So Festering Wounds. So you see that Festering Wound go up there. If that went on AoE, your Scourge Strike with D&D would pop all of them. So that's just better for cleave. And then I'm going to give you... the ultimate burst guide, or not burst, but not guide, but like rotation. I'll give you the ultimate burst rotation. I just want to get rid of this runic power here. It's really simple. Also for legendaries, you want shoulders and you want chest, and you want to use the chest on CD as often as you can. Every time you get that 20 stack, boom, you want to use it. And with shoulders, you want to always use Dark Transformation after Arbiter. And it doesn't really line up all the time. So, for example, at the start, I APOC, I Dark Arbiter, and then I Dark Transformation. It's not worth waiting the 30 seconds for the Apocalypse for the next one, but I'm pretty sure the next one lines up. So, standard opener here, okay? You want to use your Army of the Dead at 5.5 seconds on the countdown. So, I just want to make sure I'm not cleaving here. I just want you guys to see the single target, okay? So let me just get out of combat here for a second. What are you doing, pet? What are you doing? What are you doing? Waiting to get out of combat? I gotta wait for that Virant Plague to fall off too, or else my DPS is gonna look really crappy. I don't use any like weak cards or anything for my add-ons. It's just, for add-ons, I don't really care that much. Let me let that fall off too. We can't see your globals if your add-on was supposed to show it. Oh, it was supposed to show it. What the heck? Wait, did I not enable it? I thought I enabled Trophy GC. Let me fix this up real quick. Interface, add-ons, Trophy GC, player. Should be working. No, it's not showing because my damn class hall is like blocking a little bit. Let me move it down a tiny bit. My class hall is blocking a little bit. And just for the duration of this guide, I think I'm going to show additional icons for you guys, if that's okay. That way you can see my globals by globals if you're rewatching this. Let me just see what this looks like. Is that gonna... Okay, no, so we should be good. So you're gonna see my globals up here, but I'm gonna tell you global by global. So at 5.5 seconds, you want to cast Army of the Dead. So let's just count down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna pre-pot. You're gonna use Plague, double Festering, immediately into Apocalypse, followed by your Cold Heart, followed by one Scourge Strike. Then you're gonna Arbiter, and then you're just gonna spam dump Runic Power. So that's a Death Coil into 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 Belf into Death Coil, and then you got one Festering Strike. You got a proc there. Then you got another proc there. Then you got another Virant Plague there, and another Festering Strike there. You got a proc there, so you're just spamming these Death Coils. A couple Scourge Strikes because you're capped on wounds. You have another Death Coil there, another Festering. You got a Scourge Strike there. You got another proc. So you're just spamming damage with that Arbiter. You can see my Arbiter did 33 million damage there. And then once again, you're just back into that standard rotation we talked about earlier. But that's like the really, really big burst. We have another Cold Heart coming up here that we're going to use. But that's the standard, like, just do a shit ton of damage. Generally in PvE, you want to make sure you use AMS with that Dark Arbiter because a lot of bosses just do magic damage. But yeah. No Trophy GCD. You should be able to see it if someone wants to clip it or whatever. But, I mean, basically what you're doing at the start of that fight is you're getting your army out. You're using Plague, you're double Festering, you're Apocalypsing, then you Arbiter, then you Dark Transformation. So your Army of the Dead's empowered by your Dark Transformation, your Apocalypse empowered by your Dark Transformation, and then your Arbiter is powered by the Dark Transformation. And then since you did all that stuff in the opener, you have that 100% Runic power, and then it's Death Coil, Death Coil, Death Coil, Belf, Death Coil. And then your pet, since it's in A-bomb mode, it's cleaving off some of your festering, so you're most likely going to have a couple festerings out of that. And then just with that Dark Transformation up, or with that Arbiter up, you're just going ham, man. That's all it is. I'll do one more time. To the top, it's just kind of hidden. Yeah. So the standard rotation's pretty easy, man. Just keep up Plague. Keep up your wounds. Scourge Strike when you have to, especially during the proc, Scourge of the Worlds or whatever. Always dump that runic power. But yeah, we're just gonna do the same thing again here real quick. So, argument's sake, we pre-pot. So it's Plague, double Festering. And this is bad because we only got 4 wounds there. But yeah, you still use the Apocalypse and another Festering, and then you use Cold Heart, and then you use your Scourge Strike, and then once again. Arbiter into Dark Transform, Coil, 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 Belf, Coil. Got a Replague there. And then we have a Festering here. Now we have a proc. We got to do another Festering though to use it. Got to do a Scourge Strike here. Scourge Strike here. We got the Scourge of Worlds up. Scourge Strike. Scourge Strike. And then yeah, I mean, these are just big Arbiters. You want a lot of mastery, but what you're really looking for is, I think, about like 25.13 haste, and that's going to give you the additional hit during heroism for your haste cap. And then after you get 25.13 haste, worry about all mastery. If you're around like 24% haste, excuse me, don't worry too much. You could still get the mastery because you're only going to really be missing out on 1 Arbiter hit during Lust, so it's not going to really be that crazy. But yeah, that's how you get that big burst during Lust, because that 1 extra Arbiter hit during Lust, when you're already pumping out so much damage, can end up being tons of damage. I think I've had like a 9 million Arbiter hit. This Arbiter right there did 33 million. I've had one do 90 million damage. 1 Arbiter doing 90 million damage. I think it might have crit for like 12 million or something. You don't want to only Scourge with a debuff. You don't want to overcap on wounds. Yeah, you still Scourge without the debuff sometimes if you have to. I think I said that, but yeah. We'll just do normal rotation here for a second. Like, you never want to just spam Festering. Like, for example, right now. Okay, well, we got it there, but yeah. So now we're just gonna spam Scourge into that. And you never want to Scourge without wounds, I guess. So like right now we basically have to Scourge. Like, we're forced to Scourge. Once we're at that 4 stack, we could Festering again because we don't want to go over the Festering cap. Generally, it's not really worth Festering with 6 or more wounds. Sometimes I'll Fester with 5 because, if you hit the 4, you'll never know. You know what I mean? But if you hit the 3, you're still good because you get wounds based off of, how much you get.
I don't have much, but man, THXS so much for your tutorial. You all time since I see your stream, you rock.
Yeah, man, Lampa, good luck, bro. You definitely want these legendaries, man, and you didn't have to donate, man. Like I said, I'm in a good mood, and you came in here and you asked politely, and I'm super happy to help, man. I didn't really have anything else to do, so my pleasure, man. Yeah, let me get some hearts in the chat for Lampa, man, not only for that top donation, but for being an awesome guy, man. I don't know, I feel like you came in here with like a positive attitude, and you approached me, and I was very happy to help you, bro. So thank you very much for that donation, man. I do appreciate it.